And welcome into some more East Coast Ice battle action here on MST. It's the 2013 division between hometown NB Ice and the Xtreme Hockey. Both teams 1-1. Look to improve to find their way into the quarterfinal. There's Vitch getting a stick lifted. Here's Arsenault stepping into the zone. Arsenault trying to go across over to Beliveau, and the pass didn't connect. Xtreme Hockey trying to clear their zone. Vitch going back to the defense. A D-to-D pass. That's Nolan over to his defense partner. Lynch unable to get it. It's knocked down. Dixon going after it. Now in front, there's the quick shot, the rebound. Another great save. And the Ice back in their own end. Beliveau. Turning around, Stella. Over to Dixon. Here's Stella working his way in. The shot that goes and lifts above the net. As here's the Xtreme Hockey in their own end. Pass up ahead, poked off the tape of Russell. Now Russell going back to his own blue line. Taken away by the Xtreme Hawker. That's Keeley going up against the wall. Held in there by Gucci. And all the way down the ice. It's an icing against the Xtreme Hockey. You're walking back for the Xtreme Hockey. It's Casey that dumps it in the zone. He gathers a big reverse hit. You're at the blue line, walking in. There's a big slap shot from Beliveau that almost got a net. The rebound still loose. Duggan's on the ground, and the puck is just outside the crease. And excuse me from earlier, that's George Follett. That's a net for the Xtreme Hockey. There's a face-off won by the Xtreme Hockey. Kern goes across the boards for Vitch. Vitch trying to get to the middle. It's lifted up. Vitch still trying to get it down. Still poked loose. There's a huge hit. That's going to be a penalty against the Xtreme Hockey. It's going to be for head contact. That's Jackson Fitzgerald. That's going to head off. Into the blue line. Stella moved across. Back for Stella. Chase Stella waits. Then goes closer into the corner. Stella up high. Back down. There's the shot that's blocked. That was Arsenault off a leg. Here's Sari. Up high, Stella at the line. Quarterbacking this power play as now it's bounced up. Back to the middle, the one-timer attempt over to Danik Beliveau. He cleared all the way the length of the ice. Hey, Stella going up the wing, trying to hit Sari. That pass misses, so it'll be down for an icing. Working in, Russell going back to Gucci. Gucci goes across to Dixon. Dixon tries to go rink wide, his pass blocked, but he gets it back to his feet. Back across. They move their way in the zone. Gucci waiting at the point. Ice still enter the zone. At the line, KZ, Gucci. Going down, Dixon in front, the shot turned away by Follett. What a shot from Keegan Stella. Here's Gucci off the draw to Dixon. Dixon turns, finds the backhand of Gucci at the line. Gucci sees room, lets one go, the save by Follett, the rebound's there, but it'll be cleared out to the corner where Dixon's on it. Up tie to Gucci. Gucci, KZ, going down low. Back to the middle, Keegan Stella. Keegan Stella waiting, cutting across the middle, trying to evade Carroll, where it's Dixon. Gucci, KZ, waiting, firing, scores! The NB Ice get on the board first. Not sure if that tipped someone along the way or went in off an Xtreme hockey member. But Keegan Stella is going to get credit with the goal, and he has gotten the NB Ice up to a 1-0 lead. I believe that's going to count as a power play goal. And it does hit Stella on the way in to make it 1-0 in favor of the NB Ice. Decently early in this hockey game, where both teams have contested. The tie-in, Budgel. Against the wall for Whalen, a big hit down in behind the play. Here comes Kwan. Charlie Kwan into the zone. He flips that one up high. Corkum going into the boards. And there's a huge hit out in open ice. Ben Whalen transferring some energy, stepping in. There's a shot from Leger that goes over the net. And goaltender out of the net. Follett wanted a call. Wasn't expecting a shot. Was that in? That was on the goal line. And he wants an explanation from the whistle. He believed he was interfered with. Let's see this. Arms in air. Forger just kind of lets one go. Whoa. That was ever so close to becoming a 1-2 lead. Xtreme Hockey back the other way. They give it away to the NB Ice defense. Beliveau in off the feet of Sari. Now it's taken away by Kwan. Draw into the zone where it goes around for Thomas. Thomas looking for it. Up to the blue line, held in by Gucci. Working around the net, here's Thomas. Going up high. Ice in the zone, Gucci trying to get a shot off, there it is. But he couldn't get it on net. Here Gucci at the blue line, waiting, he sees room. He's gonna fire one through traffic, the save. Siri on the rebound, couldn't quite get the touch he wanted. And that's gonna be backhanded to the line by Whalen. Held in, a high flip. That'll bounce up in behind the net. Here's Dixon. Going around the offensive zone. Vitch on to Chase. Here's Vitch. He's going to lay a hit into the boards. Not going to be offside. Fitzgerald had taken the infraction earlier that led to a ice goal. And into the zone. They're going to count that as offside. It was gloved down just inside the zone. There's Beliveau trying to go up the wall. Shot from far. Just missed the net. Worked around. That was Caleb. Or Casey, excuse me. Caleb Casey. Here's Dixon into the zone. Body's gone crashing ever. This is going to be a physical game. Already is. First period not even done as of yet. Xtreme Hockey will flip it in. Working in, Russell will throw it into the corner before making a change. This is going to be picked up by Jones as he tries to throw it against the wall where it's blocked in by Malet. And here's some hefty cross checks coming in the corner. And in front, a loose puck there momentarily. Flipped outside, Stella. It was Chase Stella moving it across as he got into the zone. Here's Forger trying to backhand it to the net. Was almost hit by Keeley. Into the front of the net. It's poked away by Follett, who takes a step or two out of his crease to take it out of harm's way. Stella into the zone. Here's Legel stepping in the shot, saved by Follett. He tries to jump on it, and he does. Got to the net, blocked by the leg of the official. There's a collision in behind the net, out for Carroll to go. He tries to lay up the body against Malet, and he gets crunched into the boards. Huge hit on Carroll. Now it's turned over. Forgel trying to go to the front. Taken away here by Nolan. And I believe we're going to have a penalty for, is it going to be illegal equipment? It's Xavier Malet in the box. I'm pretty sure he just got called for having one of his straps undone. I believe it'll go under illegal equipment or unsportsmanlike. I'll have to confirm momentarily, but here on the power play, Fitzgerald turns around, keeps it in the zone. Carroll shoveled it across. The pass intended out in front, glove down. It's in behind the net. Fitzgerald looking out to get it. He was taken down. Carroll across Fitzgerald, turns it over. This one's not going to stay in the zone. Beliveau strong enough to get it out. Thomas going back for it as well as Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald will take it. Leave it out for Thomas. Thomas out of the way of Vitch. There's a huge hit along the wall. And the ice throwing it down. Just lets a minute left in the power play. Here's Lynch entering the zone. Lynch will release it, and that one blockered away by Thompson in net. Lynch again, side of the net. He looks around for his options, goes down low to Rowe. Rowe up to the hash marks. Lynch goes down low and below the net. Well, that's Vitch, excuse me. Dangles out one. Vitch out in front. And he never got the shot off. What a pass that was. Then Chase Stella throws it around the wall. Here's a little flip. Xtreme Hockey back with it. As Budgel dangles in. Budgel waits for options. Hounded by Stella. Budgel out in front. Loose puck. The shot. Net comes off. Isaac Lynch lurking right in front of the net. Ice have it. Penalty just expired. That's going to be a tip as it ends up all the way down the ice. Here's Kelly to grab it. He got hit. Easton Russell to the line. Gucci will try to let one go. That one's not going to make it all the way to the net. Here's Lynch. Moving this one up through center. Walking it out is Corkum. Dixon moves it up through center. Across the left side, moves it in. A nice little between the legs deke, but finds himself behind the net. Tries to protect the puck from the hit. Now gives it up right in front of the net. They look for it. Penalty coming up. Believe it's going to be a hold against the Xtreme Hockey. A shot towards the net. Doesn't go. As the buzzer goes, the NB Ice will start off the second period with a 2-minute power play. We're going to see if we got it. I believe they're going to call the hook or hold right there. End of one. 1-0 in favor of the NB Ice. The 2026 East Coast Ice Battle. So Ice, they get to start on the power play. The Xtreme Hockey will send it down. Just over a minute and a half to go. Here come the Ice back up the other way. Lejeal cutting up the left side, moving past Jones. Lejeal skating in behind the net in the corner. Goes up to the line. Beliveau down low. Back up to Lejeal. Lejeal, the shot from far. And that's Follett that sees the entire trip there. Just outside the zone, the puck will go. Beliveau couldn't handle it on the awkward angle on his backhand. Hazy sent across, shot towards the net, doesn't go. Here's Lejeal. He's at hard end of the boards. And it's fired opposite end of the ice. And B Ice, they reset. Short-handed, that free puck's gonna go to Vitch. Fake's trying a rush, will go all the way back to his end. Play a little keep away before it's fired down the length of the ice. Here come the Ice back the other way. Arsenault heads up the left side. Cuts, waits, stops. Looks on the opposite side from the defense. Walking in, there's the shot. Pad save by Follett. And the rebound is quickly swept away as the power play about to expire. The Xtreme Hockey have killed it off. And the Ice through the zone. They try to chip it up the wall, and that was Beliveau who couldn't quite get a stick on it. There's a huge hit right next to the linesman. Chase Stella flattening his man. NB Ice back up the other way, walking in. There's a shot from Beliveau off the pad. The rebound is just sent wide. Sari almost tucked it in. There's a backhander loose in the slot. There it is, they score! Danik Beliveau getting the last touch out in front of the net. Just a little backhand scoop gives the Ice a 2-0 lead. We have a member of the Xtreme Hockey in the box. We'll see the exact reason, most likely just misconduct. And the penalty to Aiden Shea was in fact illegal equipment earlier. So the last goal, Beliveau from Arsenault and Stella at 9 minutes and 30 seconds. Ice hold the zone. Not for very long, as now they have to reset out to center. There's Dixon. Sending it back onto his backhand from the pass from Gucci. Down the ice it finds itself. Keegan Stella down low, trying a little move. There was Russell. It was denied by Budgel. Here's Carroll. Accidentally left it off and behind him. It's clapped into the zone here. Near the ice with it behind the net. Stella looking for options, goes up. Here's the Stella at the blue line to save the rebound, in and out of the glove of Follett. And it is Josh Vitch in the box. Got a 10-minute misconduct. And we have another misconduct being dished out. That's Nixon DeJal. That's off. We'll see if it's a 10 or a 2. This might just be a 2, I believe. No power play given out, so it looks like this is just a 10-minute. Here's Whalen working outside. Big hit. May have had a hand pass or a high stick. We're going to go back into the zone of the Xtreme Hockey. Here, NB Ice. There's a big hit from Fitzgerald, giving a big jolt from behind. And behind, Faucher. Looking out in front, there's the shot. Aiden Shea almost with that, and the net has come off. So Vitch and DeJal both in the box. Incoincidental 10-minute misconducts. There's still some confusion with the net of Follett. Faceoff will go to Follett's right. Curran taken away. Chai at the line, held in with a little flip by Seri. This now goes to Curran, a little D to D. It'll be cleared into the zone. Here's Kwan. Moved around, taken by Seri. Seri, a little spinorama to get around Rowe. Now it's up. Over for Che, trying to get it to the middle. He can't, to the line. Glove down by Gucci. He makes a nice move, then puts it just wide of the net. To be taken out here by Fourchier. Fourchier to the line. Stepping up, put it to the net. And that one just a bit wide. There's a lot of shot attempts coming from the NB ice. Not many going on net. Fourchier the drive. Blocked in by Curran, and he is feeling that one. Gucci almost holding the line. Over to Beliveau. That went off his skate and dropped in behind. Beliveau going in behind for Kwan. Here come the ice. Working up the left side. Arsenault works in. Little toe drag. Can't get possession as he was bodied off the puck at the last second. Xtreme Hockey back the other way. Passing Carroll. That comes in from behind. Here working in. Russell. Chased by Nolan. Russell looks up. Russell looks to the blue line. Waits. The shot goes back down to Russell. Russell in the corner. Turns. Looks up. Goes up. What a pass to Arsenault. The shot, and an even better save by Follett. Two masterclass plays. But the goalkeeper comes out victorious. As the Xtreme Hockey outside the zone, they get it past the red line. That's Rowe, the puck carrier, into the zone where it's taken up by Beliveau. Worked up, here's Budgel. Left off, Rowe the shot just over the net. That one a close one. The ice definitely have to take a deep breath after that one. Arsenault walking in, a shot, glove down by Follett, and he might play it. He will, as it's loose out in front. There it is, right for Stella, off the post. Another try, redirected wide. Stella sent across, walking in. Dixon, the shot off the post again. Or perhaps the stick of Follett, as Whalen will walk in. Get hit up against the boards. Budgel at the line. His shot doesn't go. Here's Caleb going to the line. Shot wide. As the ice work out of the zone, a bouncing puck ends up right on the stick of Seri as he's shoved out of the way. Seri worked around. The attempted flip along the boards gets blocked along the body. Xtreme Hockey head back the other way. Flipped up by Corkum. Work down behind the net. Here's Mallet. Across on the opposite side. Shot in the zone. This will go high off the glass where it's brought in by Che. Che moving to the middle. He was swept away by the Xtreme Hockey defense. To the line. Mallet waits, lets one go, and that misses the cage. Not by very much. Chase Sella at the line. Russell stopping that as it gets outside the blue line for the Xtreme Hockey. Kwan looking for a poke check. Pinching down was Mallet. Here comes Russell picking up the loose puck. Russell to the middle, in and out of the feet of Hurley. Near the ice with it. Going down low. Fourchier the shot. And tried a really sharp angle shot. Unable to get there. There's Che. No look between the legs pass. And the shot from Russell just ended up wide. Less than 3.5 to go. Play been going on for a while. Russell, the shot, save by the pad of Follett. Another try. And again, it went right through the crease. These two players with 10-minute misconducts, eager to get out. They're only going to see the light of day in the next period as we have an icing. And the stick of a player of the Xtreme Hockey knocked out of the hands. That was Rowe. Now having to go pick up his stick. Curran out for Rowe. Working in front, the shot. What a chance. Owen Arsenault had his shot blocked. There's Gucci. He reverses Fitzgerald into the boards as the puck will come out into center ice. Fitzgerald trying to poke it around. Curran getting the loose puck over for Nolan. Nolan back to Curran. Curran to the middle with a hard pass onto Rowe. Here's Rowe, left side, shot, glove down. In goal by Thompson. Xtreme Hockey trying to get some offensive zone time, although the NB Ice just excel at getting the puck out of their zone and doing it at an efficient rate. As in the middle, Keegan Stella moving back toward the zone end has dragged 3 members of the Xtreme Hockey with him. Pass through center, picked up by Dixon. Dixon moved in, dropped him over to Russell. Russell needs to play it. What a move by Russell. Russell to the net. Has some room. The shot patted away by Follett. Easton Russell, what a move at the line. Barely held in by Isaac Beliveau. Another shot to the net will be redirected into the corner. Rowe going to the ringette line. He's almost crunched by Chase Stella, who lined him up. Isaac Beliveau in behind the net. Stopped by Corkum. Goes up to about the blue line. Dixon. A great rink-wide tape-to-tape over to Stella. Stella, the shot in. That was Keegan Stella off the blocker of Follett. Walking in, Sari. Sari pinned up against the boards. That's Jones and Hurley on him. Hurley now getting pinned against the boards. Forshair digs it free. Less than a minute. There's a hit from behind on the boards in the corner. May have not gotten the angle on that. The Xtreme Hockey will touch up. And the NBIs are going to head to the power play. That's a boarding. Nathan Jones will go to the box for boarding. Might not be all too easy to see. Could kind of tell on the camera there. The one blind spot. So 2 minutes for boarding for Nathan Jones. Will send the NB Ice to the man advantage. Here the face-off's won. Mallet. Waits, goes down, back up to Mallet at the line. Mallet, nice little shifty move. Looked a bit Mahomey. Goes across, trying to get it over to Gucci. Here's Gucci. Walks the line. Goes up top. Mallet. Waits. Tries to get around Hurley. Curls back. Sees Gucci at the top of the line. Gucci. Over to Chai, right in the middle. Full shot, the shot off the iron. And what a great chance to end off the second. Mallet up for Gucci. Gucci on the power play. Watched closely by Hurley. And almost finds the open man, Chai. Quickly put to the net as they'll go up to the line. That'll end the second period. 2-0 in favor of the NB Ice. Their goals so far, Keegan Stella from Caleb and Russell, and Beliveau from Arsenault and Keegan Stella after 2-0 NB Ice on the 2026 East Coast Ice Battle on MST. It's Brandon Lane from the IGA surface of the Uniplex in Dieppe, New Brunswick. the NB ice. Still on the power play for a little bit of time. Russell winds in. Moves behind the cage. Up to Casey. Over to Russell. Up to Casey. Goes across to the left side. Here's the shot. And it's snatched into the glove of Follett. Face-off won by the ice. Beliveau to Casey. Casey sees some room. It's blocked off a leg. Back for Beliveau. Beliveau up to Casey. Might see room again. Here it is. The shot was blocked. Had eyes for the top corner, however. Russell. Some nice moves to keep it away. Up for Casey. Casey across to Beliveau. Beliveau. He'll put one on net. It's off the pad of Follett. And this one will come outside the zone. Casey regrouping. Off the boards and taken by Beliveau. Power play about to end. It was Thomas trying to flip it up. Shot to the net. Russell almost got the rebound on it. So even 5-on-5 for now. Russell working down. Goes up high. Beliveau winds up with a slap shot. It's wide of the net. Russell trying to go up to Casey. It'll find its way outside the zone. Casey moved it across. Walking up. Here's Denik Beliveau. Stepping up. Sharp angle over the net. That one takes a hop. Chase Stella. The shot towards the net. Going backdoor. Keegan Stella. Up high in the zone. Waiting. Cutting to the net. There was a shot that didn't make it all the way through. That one coming from Mallet. Ice to the net. Rebound the shot from Seri. Denied by Follett after it popped loose in front of the net. Around the net, Seri was looking for it. It's retaken by the Xtreme Hockey. Seri into the zone, taken back by the ice. Chase Stella moving across, back for the Xtreme Hockey. Here's Rowe. Moving in, Vitch to the net. Save there by Thompson. Here's Forshair. On the right side, getting over the red line, tossed it in, bounces over a couple sticks, taken by Curran. In behind the net, Hurley. They now get their exit regrouped. As it's up for Carroll. Carroll hits the brakes, looks for an option, and gets shoved by Gucci. Bounced off the wall. Here's Lejeune. Lejeune works his way in on the left side. The shot just misses the net. Casey going to stop it in at the line. He shoves his man down to the ground as so Fulshal can dump it in. Pocket just misses the stick of Casey at the blue line, and down the ice it'll go. Here's Gucci. We'll fire this one along the boards. There's the puck over for Fulshal. Sends it up for Che. Che the shot. He gets hit, but gets the shot on net and pays the price. Here's the pass out in front. Almost taken for a key shot on net. Now the other way, walking in. Here's the shot from Kwan that just misses the net, not by very much. Kwan gets it again, controls it out in front. The pass, the shot from Corkum, and the save from Thompson. Seri back for Gucci. He leaves it around for Mallet. And we're hit Seri perfectly. Back up Seri playing a little game of catch. Has Kwan right in behind him. As Kwan will send him into the boards and almost knock him off balance. And behind the net, it's turned around by Denik Beliveau, where it's held in almost by Mallet, who goes up for a hit. Gucci stopping at the line. Over to Seri. Seri will bring it in with a nice little dump in. Goes off the paddle of Follett and taken by Jones. Jones and around the net. Corkum will see his man cross ice. It's Whalen working his way in. Dropped off. What a move from Lynch, but couldn't pull the trigger as it was taken away by the ice. Beliveau will find it in the center. The little flip taken by Arsenault. Arsenault moved in over to Russell. Russell back up. Arsenault, the shot just missed wide. Held in at the zone by Casey. Working down in the corner, it's Thomas. Taken away by Beliveau, and Thomas back of the net. Xtreme hockey outside the zone, less than 7 to go. Working in, it's Rowe. Past Casey into Beliveau. Moved around by Casey. This one's going to go all the way to the line for Budgel. Budgel to the net. Redirected off a twig, and will now end up with Dixon. Dixon around the boards. Across for Keegan Stella. Stella works in along the left side. Given a shove. Here's Russell that retains possession. Russell knocked off balance. Keegan Stella and Russell digging for it. It's going to be Stella that wins it up to Beliveau. Beliveau lets one go from far. Did not look like Follett saw it till the last second. Dixon. Running across. Vitch will give it away to Casey, who sends it over to Beliveau. Isaac Beliveau through the neutral zone. That was Rowe playing a little bit of soccer within his feet, juggling the puck. Xtreme hockey going to be in offside if they touch it, and they do, and that's a huge hit on Hurley. Right as the whistle went, could still see the board shaking almost. And that was pretty hard to tell due to the angle. But my God, that made a loud sound. Shy. Back to his defense. Here's Faucher in the middle. Here's Theo Faucher cutting to the blue line. A nice saucer pass over to Stella. Chase Stella will throw it in behind the net. It's regathered in by Lejeune. Lejeune bumped off the puck, where it's taken around here by the Xtreme hockey. They go up the wall. Stop there, Fitzgerald. Delayed icing momentarily, but Chase Stella will get there in no time as he goes and around. Unable to get it out. This one pops up. Here's Nolan trying to clear it in. Carroll will let it find some open ice. But the team in white comes back the other way. Lejeune fends off a hit. There's a little D-to-D pass to the Xtreme hockey. Will get outside the zone. Here's Lejeune. Will shoot it in. Jay. Go to the blue line. Gonna go around for Seri. Seri up the wall for Casey. Casey, the shot towards the net. It's redirected in by Arsenault. Arsenault down in the corner. Up high, Seri trying to get a shot off and couldn't. Here it's poked free. 4 minutes to go in the third. Xtreme hockey take over. There's a hit on Jones. by Casey, who then took a stumble after. Gucci falling down as he gets a bit of a reverse. Whalen down in the corner. Taking Xtreme Hockey, put it right out to the front of the net. Corkum at the line. Shoot it in behind. A nice little juke from Whalen to evade a hit. Here's Keeley. Across the NB ice. Skating up for it. Here's Beliveau. Has to cut in. He's going to take a shot. And that barely hit the stick of Follett at the line. Beliveau going to dump it in. That one didn't have as much height on it. There's a huge hit. Open ice. Danik Beliveau flattens his man. There's a shot off the post and onto the glass. Physicality still heating up. Fitzgerald going to the net. Evades one man. Tries to send it in front of Vitch. Loose in the blue paint. Taken away. Almost poked out of the zone by Dixon. Here's Thomas. He unwinds. And that'll end up missing the net as Beliveau gets it around the boards. Held in by Budgel. It's worked into the corner where Rowe is going to take a hit, but it's going to be flipped up and high by Russell as Dixon now goes after it. Thomas across to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald works in 2.5. The Xtreme Hockey find their way back. Fitzgerald at the left side. Toe drags and tries to get a good release off. That had gone off a skate before it could get to the net. There's another big hit against the boards. Here's Russell on the opposite side. Will hit it off the linesman. Trying to get possession from the stick of Budgel. And he will after stopping. Hit by Vitch. And the pass goes up top. The shot. They score! Keegan Stella, that's his second of the game, waiting at the right spot, right time. Gives the NB Ice a little bit of some breathing room as we get down to the last couple minutes. Xtreme Hockey finding their way back. Shot from the red line. They score! Right as they gone into the zone, just beyond the blue line, close to the red ringette line. That's one that's going to sneak by Thompson, and it's going to be Jude Carroll that finds the back of the net. So a big response from the Xtreme Hockey. Well, the shutout for Thompson is broken. Bet he was thinking about it, so ended up jinxing him himself. Fournier into the zone. Taken away by Kern against the boards. Vitch dangling back in his own end. Back to the D, it's Nolan. Goes back for Curran. Curran going up high as here comes the Xtreme Hockey back in the zone. Fitzgerald. He winds in, loses an edge and falls down. Getting up a bit slowly as he now finds his way to the slot. Fitzgerald the shot at a bit of a sharp angle. Follett now out of the net. It's an empty net for the Xtreme Hockey. Fournier unable to get it out. Nolan, the shot, no tip, but did get on net as the rebound went into the corner. Nolan again, he might have another shot. Fakes it, goes down low. Goes back up high. Carroll, the shot deflected on the rebound. They score! And it's not over. Xtreme Hockey, 2 goals in a row. This one coming with the empty cage. It's Fitzgerald that finds it on the back door. Jackson Fitzgerald off the rebound from the initial shot from the blue line. Took a weird hop. Fitzgerald sees it at the side of the net. Makes no mistake putting it to the back of the net. So from a 3-0 game to a 3-2 game very quickly. Follett waits outside on the draw. He waits just inside the face-off circle before creeping back closer to his net. Xtreme Hockey win the draw. They get it into the zone. Follett waits. Gucci He'll throw it across. Jones blocks it. He now gets possession, throws it back into the pile. Less than a minute left. Going in behind the net, Fitzgerald. Getting in the corner, there's a loud bang. As the Xtreme Hockey need to get out of their zone and do it quick. Thomas leaves it up. Here's a pass thrown into some open ice, luckily deflected. Less than 3 to go. Rowe in the zone. He's taking a big reverse hit. And is that going to be too many men against the Xtreme Hockey? Hearing something about an illegal sub. The faceoff will be at center, so no penalty, but the Xtreme Hockey bringing in with speed. Less than 20 to go. Carroll into the zone. Fitzgerald working around, trying to corral the puck. Sent almost outside the zone. There it is, and that will most likely end the game. Here's the pass. Carroll gonna fire one to the net, off the glass, trying to rebound it in front. Side of the net, the shot, and that's gonna end the game. A 3-2 victory in favor of the hometown New Brunswick Ice here in this 2013 Bourne matchup. We thank you for watching here on MST. Player of the Game ceremonies coming up next. We invite you to stay for more action here at the 2026 East Coast Ice Battle. It's Braden Lane from the IGA surface here at the Uniplex in Dieppe, New Brunswick for the 2026 East Coast Ice Battle on MST.
Player of the game for ND Ice, number 10, Keegan Stella.